As you can see from the title, it started really bad in 2024. It's 2026 and I'm just now starting to feel better. This video is definitely not how to cure your depression. I'm not at all qualified to tell you how to cure your depression. Absolutely not. I'm sharing this information. Someone out there that may be feeling hopeless and like things won't get better, I hope it helps you see that it can. I had uploaded a video around 2024 that I felt really depressed. I took it down for various reasons, but that was my most viewed video of all time on YouTube. Almost, I think, 5,000 views for myself. I'm a small channel, that's a lot of views. And that to me showed how many people relate to that. I can't tell you guys how to cure your depression. I really can't. For myself, it was a combination. This really played a major role. It was coming off of antidepressants. I got prescribed sertraline 50 milligrams when I was 24 years old. I was struggling with sleep. I went to my doctor at the time and she said, oh, take this. If you're struggling with sleep, it'll take the edge off and it'll help you sleep. And I'm not trying to just blame the doctor completely. It's also on me, and it should have been my responsibility to do my research. But at 24, like I just was not thinking. It's just like, oh, my doctor said to take this pill, so I should listen to the doctor and take this pill. And I just did no research on the effects of coming off of this. And another thing I wish I knew a little bit better was, am I having, caffeine at 8 p.m.? That's why I'm having trouble sleeping. All these like sleep hygiene routines that I have now that I'm aware of, I didn't have at that age. Had I had them, I wouldn't have struggled with the insomnia and all these things that kind of led to the prescription in the first place. I did take sertraline from 24. I'm 34 years old, and in 2023, stuff happened and I ended up weaning myself off of it. I had quit a job and then I had no health insurance for a bit, and I kind of just didn't want to be on like a pill the rest of my life. And nothing against anyone that is on medication. This is not a video saying, hey, don't take medication. It's more about doing research and seeing if there's side effects when you do stop taking something. Because with this stuff, it's called discontinuation syndrome. Even though I weaned myself off, meaning I slowly dosed less of it. So whatever I was taking, I started taking it less, and over time quit it completely. And I had awful effects from that. And I really feel that led to the very, very deep, dark depression, the scary moments I had. It was because I came off of that stuff. So we're here in 2026, and when it started hitting me really, really, really bad was in 2024 when I started working from home. I took a break from corporate America, and then I went back to corporate and started working from home, and then that's kind of when it hit me really, really hard. I couldn't focus. Early 2023, I felt like I had the flu for 6 weeks, about 6 weeks. Every single day I felt like I had the flu. I had chills, I had nausea, just a lot of issues. I need to close the door. 1 second. I live by a street, across from a street, so there's a lot of cars driving by, and they were just getting really, really loud and distracting. So here we are, we're back. The discontinuation syndrome was pretty bad. I had really dark, heavy thoughts, and I was extremely irritable. Emotions were super intense. So if I was mad, I was really, really mad. If I was sad, everything was just really intense. And it's now 2026, and I'm just starting to feel like myself. And I will say, guys, things aren't perfect. I still struggle with anxiety. I just don't feel depressed. So embarrassing to admit, but like my worst times, I would be in bed up to 14 hours a day. 14 hours, which looking back, I just felt extreme fatigue that I can't explain. A fatigue that no matter how much rest, I just didn't feel rested. I would wake up around 2 p.m. around the time that it was the worst. I would wake up around 2 p.m. I wouldn't eat some days I would. Working out, forget about it, that was non-existent. And I gained a lot of weight. I gained 30 pounds. There was days where I just couldn't even like shower. Just the basic things that you can think of, I couldn't do. I couldn't hold a conversation. Even laughter, there's another term for it where you just literally can't feel anything. I'll include the term somewhere in here. And I went through all that, and if you tried to make me laugh, it was like I just could not react at all. And don't get me wrong, I have a monotone voice as is, and then with all of that, I felt like I just couldn't even speak. It was just so bad. So fast forward now, I can say I feel joy for the smallest of things in life. And it's not perfect. I went through a major loss, first major loss of my life. I'm getting a lot of help with that. It's still a lot, but I don't feel depressed. And there's also even a sense of guilt with saying that, just because I went through a major loss and going through grief and stuff. But my mom wouldn't have wanted me to be depressed, right? It's not like, oh, I'm happy. Whatever. I don't want to overcomplicate that part and mix grief with this depression talk. It's separate, and I'm getting help for that already. I would say last week I had such a good week, and I meant to make a video on Friday, but the lighting was bad and it didn't work out. I was somewhere else. I was going to vlog in my car and make this video, but the lighting, I just couldn't get it right, so I didn't do it. Now it's Sunday evening. I'm just chilling, hanging out with my cat. He's down here, and he's just precious. But I had such a good week last week, and I had this moment Friday before I went to the gym where I wanted to sit down and share this with whoever is going to watch this and just express gratitude for feeling joy again in life, for the smallest of things, guys. My life is pretty normal, like most people. I work, go to the gym, eat, go to sleep, do the same thing, and then I find things to do here and there. But I find joy in the simplest of things. And the fact that I'm able to feel joy, I feel so much gratitude for that, because I know what it is to just not be able to feel any positive emotion. I also talked about how I've struggled with purpose in my life. Maybe I'll make another video about that. Now I look forward to the smallest of things. For example, every morning during the week, I just really look forward to this. Before I log into work, I draw for 15 to 20 minutes. And I don't put pressure on myself to draw something perfect. In fact, it has helped with my perfectionism a lot, where the goal is to mess up. The goal is not to make this perfect. The goal is just to get something done in the 15 minutes, 20 minutes that I have. And I'm just sitting there with my coffee, sometimes a Power Crunch bar, which are like my favorite protein bars. And I just sit there, wrong way, drink my coffee and draw in complete silence. And it's incredible. And I literally go to bed at night and I look forward to that. During lunch, I really enjoy going on walks, even though right now Texas is crazy. It feels like a swamp outside. I am not going outside like that. But when I can, I go out for a walk, and I made a little story about this, but there's some lizards that come out sometimes, and I literally look forward to seeing that lizard on my walk. And if I don't see that lizard, I do get a little upset, like sad, because I get really happy when I see this lizard. So I find something else, like, oh, that pigeon or a dog, that whatever, something, guys. And I know it doesn't sound like a big deal, but the fact that I'm even able to do these things, I'm just so, so grateful for. And this didn't happen even last year, 2025. It didn't happen. I don't know what it will be for you. I didn't know what it would be for me. It took seeing a lot of suffering and going through loss to have a change in perspective in life. And I think it was a combination of my body adjusting to not being on the medication anymore, and then also the change in perspective in life because I had that major loss and saw a lot of suffering. Combination. I really don't know what it will be for you, but I really hope that if there's help, there's someone to talk to, a professional. I can't tell you this is what it will be. I can just tell you I'm an example that it can get better. Literally, guys, 3 days in bed, like not getting out of bed, not showering, as embarrassing as that sounds, not being able to hold a conversation, not even having desire to listen to a conversation. At the time, I remember the only thing that made me feel, I couldn't laugh, I couldn't react. I don't know how to explain it, but the only time I could feel was with music. Music has been very therapeutic for me, well as art. Even, guys, my art is not amazing. I'm not skilled. I'm not great at it. And what I get out of it is positive. So that's why I keep doing it. I'm not really doing it with a purpose right now. I guess the purpose is to be in the moment. It's a meditative thing for me. It's being present, and that's something that I've been focused on. Also not on social media. I don't have social media. I don't know if this is considered social media. Maybe it is. For myself, it's more of a creative process where I get to express myself. It's like a digital journal of some sort, and I hope that someone watches it and it can make them see that it can get better. It can get better. Don't get me wrong, I have moments of extreme sadness because that is the up and down in life, and I don't think that life is meant to be 100% happiness, and it's just not realistic. But I can feel joy, and I can feel that's just awesome. The smallest of things make me happy. Hanging out with my cats. They're right here, right next to me, but the video is not allowing. Maybe I'll show a different perspective. It's my cat laying next to me. He lays next to me a lot. It's really cute. And we're just YouTubing. Love camera stuff. That was a video within a video within a video, an inception moment. I'm just so grateful. I'm full of gratitude. I walk during my lunch, and even seeing little flowers and seeing the colors. Obviously, my mom really loved plants and flowers, so I feel connection through that. That's even the color combinations, anything artistic, anything creative. Not being on social media has been great because that actually made my depression worse. I was like in bed for 3 days. If I was awake, I would just like doom scroll just to numb from my reality. And that just made me feel worse because look what that person has, look where they're at, look what they're doing. Being more intentional about what content I consume, and if I start to feel that I'm comparing myself a bit too much, I stop it. The anxiety I still struggle with. The more aware I become, the more I start to see sometimes what's causing my anxiety. Sometimes it's I've been doing too much and I haven't taken a break. Too much multitasking will create it. Sometimes consuming content will create it. If I feel sad and I'm trying to distract, that will create it. So it's just becoming more aware, and I'm not telling you these are solutions for anxiety. I'm just showing that I still struggle with it. I wish at 24 I would have done a little bit more research about this medication and just knew a little bit more about sleep hygiene. And if I'm feeling down, asking myself, hey, have I gone on a walk? Have I gotten sunlight? Am I eating whole foods? Hung out with positive people? All the basic things that I feel we kind of need to feel good as human beings. I wish I had a little bit more knowledge, but I can't take it back. I should have done more research, but at 24, you know, hey, here's this pill, it'll help XYZ. All right, I'll take it. Little did I know coming off of it would be a nightmare. I just didn't want the up and down of needing a medication, forgetting to get my prescription filled, and then feeling super dizzy, disoriented, chills, nausea, all the effects that come from not taking it, because there was times where I forgot to fill my prescription, and again, I didn't do enough research and I didn't know that there's effects that happen when you don't take it. And I just remember one time not taking it. I kept putting off picking up the prescription because I was busy and working a lot. I just remember being at work and feeling super lightheaded and feeling super dizzy, and then having negative, dark thoughts that I knew weren't mine because I don't think that way, and then feeling nausea. And sure enough, I looked it up, and it was because I hadn't taken the pill in a week. And even then, during that time, I kind of didn't like the whole up and down of I forgot to take my medication, now I'm going to have these side effects. So there's a combination of things as to why I made the decision for not taking it anymore. The health insurance, I was in between jobs, didn't have health insurance, and didn't want to be on this pill. Whatever it is that you take, right, do your research. I take full ownership that I should have done more research. I really should have. And going through that was crazy. And I got through it, doing a lot better, taking it a day at a time. Right now, I would say what really brings me joy is creativity, even watching content about creativity. I've been watching a lot of interviews, or just artists being interviewed, whether it be an artist in music or artists with painting, whatever, different things. And I really get inspired by that. Even when I do start to feel down, because like I said, things aren't perfect. There are days where I feel a little down. And on those days, it's usually because I've been a bit too isolated. I work from home, so if I start to feel a bit too isolated, I may feel a little bit down. So then I try to find a social activity, even if it's very surface level stuff. It's just being around other positive humans. And then also I notice when I stop learning and I feel like stagnant in my knowledge, that's also, I start to feel down. I don't start to feel depressed, I just start to feel a little down. This weekend, I spent a lot of time alone, which I didn't realize how much I needed. Even though I work from home and I am alone, when I work from home, I'm working. So it was time where I just got to like take myself out to lunch, go see some art by myself and just be with myself. And it was such an incredible weekend, guys. Like, I didn't realize how much I needed to decompress and just be with myself, whatever creative ideas I have or research that I'm doing. And it's just been great. I went to the library. Library is my favorite place ever. The library makes me really happy. Its environment, it just inspires me to learn, and that's usually where I will go. So I went to the library yesterday and today. It was so productive. I'm just grateful. Before that year, guys, if I had free time like I did this weekend to just be with myself, that person would have doom scrolled for hours and then just gone to bed. So now the fact that even I go to the library and do research on these creative things that I have in mind, I'm just very grateful for, and that gets me excited in life, whether it's a new book, learning a little bit more about lighting or editing or whatever. That makes me really happy. So I'm going to end the video here. Was this a pointless rant? Maybe. What's the purpose of my YouTube channel? I have no idea. I don't know, but I enjoy making the videos. Ideas in mind, but whatever, guys. It's not that serious. It's not that serious. I enjoy just coming on here and being authentic about all the things that are on my mind. That's it. That's it. It's Sunday. I don't feel perfect every day. I don't. I struggle a lot with fatigue, and it's not the calorie deficit. Even before that, I was struggling with fatigue a lot. And if I do a lot of things back to back, I need to just lay on the floor. Like I literally crash for 20 minutes and it kind of resets me. So that's something I do struggle with. Like today I went to the library, did a lot of research on stuff, ran an errand, went to the grocery store, just a lot of back and forth, and I just was so exhausted. I ended up laying on my balcony for like 20 minutes, just do nothing. And something about laying on a surface like that is very grounding for me. It can't be a couch, it can't be a bed, it has to be cement, apparently. I just take my yoga mat out there and my cats always join me and I just close my eyes. I would say it feels like I'm not dreaming, but I'm awake. It's right in between. I need to do a little bit more research on what that is. It might be like related to similar if somebody does yoga nidra, where you're not asleep, but you're not wide awake. I don't know, whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about, maybe. It was a great weekend, a lot of learning, and creativity just makes me happy. So I'll keep pursuing whatever that is. And that's how long it took. From 2024, now in 2026, and I'm just now really feeling like joy over the small. I could listen to music and just feel the music so intensely and feel so happy and just sit here, and then my cats sit next to me and I'm having the best time ever. And before I just couldn't. So not giving you a solution, that's not what that is. I don't know if this was helpful or not, or pointless. I don't know, but let me know your thoughts, and we're going to have an amazing week, all right? Bye.